That may have been how I felt, but it never happened. I never killed myself. That's just how I felt on the daily. I scanned my immediate surroundings, walking out of the clearing, to be greeted by an open field of grass. When I looked right, there was a river that streamed right through. When I looked to my left, there was a dirt path that led down. It was gently raining. I walked on down to the small river, knelt down, and opened my canteen and began refilling it. Once I had filled it, I stretched, putting it back into my little bag. I was lucky to have, well, some stuff when I came here. I had multi-terrain boots along with multi-terrain pants. It basically just meant that the pants I had were meant to, well, survive longer than other types, whereas jeans wouldn't prove as useful, but hell, they were more comfortable. In this case, these weren't very comfortable, but hey, I wore it. I also had a plain white shirt, but underneath those all-terrain pants were some jeans, and over that I was wearing a multi-terrain jacket. It was made of leather, and I had a headscarf with goggles on. On my back I had a pack. It was a survivalist backpack. I had a few different weapons on me. I was lucky enough to come in here and find some gear scattered about the ground. I had only 5 weapons that I could rely on. First, being the most likely, was a machete. I had it on the right of my pack. The second one being a crowbar, which was on the left of my pack. The third was a hatchet, which was in the belt of my multi-terrain pants, the utility belt that I had, or it was a worker's belt or something, I don't know, but it fit right on. The fourth thing I had was I had a Swiss Army knife, and then the fifth was I had a regular survival knife. I had tied it to my ankle. I hope I never have to use them. That's what I'm praying for anyway. I was a pacifist. However, when the time came, I would do everything in my power to avoid violence. Unless someone was in danger, or unless it was inevitable, I would fight. I may break my own code, but it's for the greater good, of course. There was a few problems, though. I scanned my immediate terrain and began walking down that path I'd seen. As I began walking, I couldn't help but smile. On my person, I had a foldable survival tent with a sleeping bag nudged onto my pack. As I made my way through the lands, I'd seen some deer, running. Eventually, I found my way and wandered underneath an apple tree. I put down my pack, moved back, got a running start, and ran, jumping, using the front of my right leg. My foot connected with a tree, which I used to kick upwards, grabbing onto a branch, quickly maneuvering my body to push my lower up. As I swung it up, my legs clang on to the next branch, as I quickly pulled myself up around. I had taken 10 apples off, dropping them, making sure they were in good condition, before I jumped down. The apples looked rather tasty, to be honest. I sorted them in the pack. You never know when you need food. I pulled down my headscarf and began eating one of the apples right there, as I began walking again. I stopped, however, pulled out my journal. It was a big, big journal. If you were to ask me how many pages it had, I'd tell you. It had decently 300 pages. Just kidding. It had 230. I stood there and began making a sketch of the land. I had made a beautiful sketch and I began writing my thoughts down. Day 1. My name is Cameron McDaniel. I am 18. These lands stretch far and wide. The greatness outmatches many of its, seemingly endless wonders. However, its beauty holds above everything else. Alongside its beauty is its pureness and innocence. It conveys happiness. It conveys many feelings and emotions. I feel at peace. I feel contentment. I feel wonderful. I will write in the next entry of my journal, or I may start back up again if something interesting occurs. I end my sentence, closing the book and putting it into my bag, hoisting it up along with the sleeping bag, and begin walking. The birds fly overhead and they begin chirping. I smirk. As I look, night begins to fall. As the moon rises and the sun lowers. I reach to my right on my utility belt and pull off the hatchet. I go over and begin hacking, mainly dead branches and dead shrubs, gathering wood. I look around and I see a nearby cave. Once I had gathered a hefty amount of wood, I began moving there. I had holstered my axe and pulled my machete, preferring it in case of an encounter. As I made my way up, I sat down. After a while, with some dead leaves and surrounding them with rocks, I had made a fire. My tent was set up along with a sleeping bag inside of it. I sat there. I had boiled the water. Apparently there was another river nearby, luckily. Luckily out in the grasslands I had found a few things, which was surprising. I had found some potatoes. I yanked them out of the ground and did what I could to clean them. And I found some carrot. I made some carrot and potato stew. I even found a mango. I had began eating my stew. And then I heard something. I looked out of my peripheral vision and saw what stunned me. It was a bat, but it looked like a pony. A bat pony, I guess. It was staring at me. It wasn't out of fear or instinct, but out of curiosity. It inched closer towards me. It looked hungry. I looked at it. It saw the mango that was onto my right. It stared, eyes a little wide. I could tell what it wanted, and I wasn't greedy. I mean, hell, I probably wouldn't even like it. I took my machete and nudged it over in its direction. It looked at it with wide eyes, looked at me. And it just saw me messing with my machete, staring to the fire. It immediately began devouring it, slurping and chomping out of the way. Whatever this thing was, it was adorable. Anyway, guys, this was part 2, and before I sign off, I need you guys to do me a favor, to all you watching. So, you guys are going to have some responsibility on this video. So, obviously, I have put forth that there is a bat pony. Now, what I want you guys to choose, do you want this bat pony to be female, male, what their name is, and if there is, like, do you want there to be another one to appear, like it having a brother or sister? Because this will all determine Cameron, the character, whether or not he'll become like a father figure, or like, let's say there already is a family, just whatever. And so just tell me, do you want there to be like, do you want this to be a male, female? Tell me what the name is whenever you post it. Do you want there to be like a second sibling as well that is like the brother and or sister of that one? Or do you want there to be like a whole family of bats in there? Just please comment down below. Anyway, I will see you all later. Thank you for watching.